good, but you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead, and it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
Big grab. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They went up top to pick up the last first down. Let's see what they have here. Here's the pressure. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. And the Bearcats now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Brown will throw it. Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Quarterback just couldn't quite find the range on the last play. It's third down. He lofts one down the sideline. And he's got it inside the 35. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Here's the handoff. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bearcats. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Fast start for the offense. Points on the board already.
And the coaches talked to us this week of how important it was to getting out to a fast start, and that was the key to winning the game. The offense definitely took that message to heart.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Troy's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance, and this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better, and they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won, and last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
And the Trojans heading quickly to the line. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that, and here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Here's a heat. Buying some time. Still on his feet at the 40. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he's...
That's the danger as a defense when you blitz this guy on third down. If you don't get him to the ground right away or someone's out of a gap, his scrambling ability can hurt you, and that's exactly what happened. He saw open field, he took off, and he was able to go get the first down.
They'll run play action. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. Defense got it. They're on the run.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping two hands on the football. The defense able to knock it loose.
Let's talk just for a moment about Sam Houston. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry-pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
They kick it away on fourth down. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. That fumble in plus territory just
those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. They get to the line quickly.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. And the Trojans with the 1st and 10.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
Fires to the tight end. Can't get him to the ground.
And tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Wants to throw. It's James. Got the big tight end on the corner route. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Trojans are facing 3rd and inches. They'll run the sneak for it. This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. Motion from the wideout. Needs it to keep this drive alive. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down. Quarterback on the keeper. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions.
He's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Touchdown, Troy. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
How oftentimes can you say that there is a safety who is the most that guy and his ability in the open field once he picked it off? There was nobody on offense even coming close to getting that guy down. What an athlete.
They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to...
There he goes. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. That's the way you get things going. A huge play and now attacking from just inside the red zone. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. And the Bearcats trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bearcats.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Here he comes with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Power football with the run. Trucks through the defender. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Motion from the back. Back to throw, it's James. Looking deep. And he makes the grab, but he's out of bounds. Incomplete pass. And the Trojans racing to the line in the hurry-up. On the move. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Trojans will punt it away on 4th down. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Good job by the coverage team, and that's how we'll end the period. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Leaves it with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Fires to the right. It's caught. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Rides the back on the option to give. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Absolutely center cut. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up.
Punted away. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. And now this offense will take the field again. Brown wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. So now it's 2nd and long. To the ground with the back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the back. Caught. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. Here comes the offense on first down. To the air on first down. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. They'll move the tight end. He'll keep it himself. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Trojans want to crank the tempo.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He's snuffed out behind the line again, went right back to the well and got the same bad result. Looking to pass, it's James. Finds his tight end. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. And the Trojans are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Quickly complete. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to run for it. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. And the Trojans getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Complete to the left. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. Sends it back in motion. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Pocket breaking down. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. From the gun, running back gets the give. Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Trying to power it in. He is going nowhere, and this defense is manhandling this running game on the last couple of snaps. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Into the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Ole Miss is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about around the globe for a long time. They're up by 21 over Tulane.
Brown will throw it.
We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. Got it in the middle. It's O'Neal. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Makes the grab over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Wants to throw on first down. Looking for his man. Soft spot in the middle. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Complete to the left. They'll immediately call timeout. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. From the red zone, looking for a man. Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Sam Houston.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot. Do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
He'll return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one so far in Troy today. And this second half will likely come down to which offense can figure something, anything out. Take some chances, get creative. Both offensive coordinators had full heads of hair at the start of this game, but right now, they look like cue balls after one frustrating first half. And with that, let's head back to our team inside Veterans Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Bearcats will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
The Trojans in the hurry-up. Off-play action. Here comes the heat. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Pressure coming. Trying to escape and get it himself. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Really nice job by the defense that time. Third down, they're expecting pass, but they also know that this quarterback is dangerous when he wants to scramble. And it was almost as if they were expecting that.
He's got it. First down and more. Open spaces. Touchdown, Troy. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Might as well stick with him. They could have used a little bit more there. Picked up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. Trying to pick up a first down. Brown wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Oh, they're after him. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Makes the catch. It's Reed. They stop him well short of the marker. It's 4th down from the 27. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Trojans moving quickly to the line.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Makes a connection. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up.
And into the end zone. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Trojans.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. The lead has been sliced to a field goal, and now they'll try to answer. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Grabbed over the middle. It's Taylor. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Give to the running back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Lanes and give out some paint.
Hold on.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Here comes the... Throw it. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. Just keep slinging it. He's got him. Touchdown, Bearcats. A great catch and run for 6. Ready to try the point after.
And listen, my job is to get it to my playmakers like this guy on the outside. He'll do the rest. He'll get in the end zone. Nice catch. Way to finish it with a touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Boyd. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, Dave.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. The Trojans come to the line in the hurry-up.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Bring in the heat. Quarterback floating away from pressure. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. On 30 short, the run, and looking for the first down. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. And the Trojans decide to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Handoff from the gun. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. The Bearcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Brown wants to pass. Moving away from pressure. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up. The Bearcats will try to pin them back with the punt.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Finds his man down the middle. Always quick to make the move, and he's out to the 39. The Trojans with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Gives it on the option. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. They've got it at the 40. and short, trying to keep the chains moving. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One quarter to go, and Mike, we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Off the RPO, complete. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Under fire. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. And the Trojans will send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Here's the return. He gets a block. Touchdown Bearcats! Special teams proving to be special.
And this kind of performance has to give this team so much confidence. Week 1, you go on the road into a hostile environment, and you put the beat down like this, this coaching staff is going to be happy on the ride home.
41, Troy, 24.
And he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Pulls it in. It's Walters. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. The Trojans want to pick up the tempo.
And that's why, for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Rush is on him. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing. And the Trojans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th.
Offense facing.
Well, it's 4th and short, and you're sort of in no man's land at this point near midfield. I think if you're on offense here, you're going to have to go for it. You're going to have to show confidence in your guys to get it done and go get you the win.
He will not get it. A 4th down stop for this defense as they try to salt this one away. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff, where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Trying play action. Catch in the middle. It's Nicks. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? Quickly out to the tight end. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Turning it on! And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there.
And that's a first down for the offense.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Sam Houston. And the punishment has been extended.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
There's the pressure. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. The Trojans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's 2nd down. Off the play fake. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You can't.
He unleashes a long one. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. Just needs a crack to get a return. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. The give on the option. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Brown will throw it. Under fire. He'll try to do it himself. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They have a first down at the 41-yard line. He'll do it himself. Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. And the Bearcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Even with this lead, they'll throw again. Steps away. Throws toward the end zone. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. We waited so long to start the